before we get started with everything, we saw some of you asking in chat about how to get that really cool Nibbanese pony pet through Twitch drops. You can, yeah, it's a nice one. Here, I can even show it off here. So
it's brand new.
It is brand new. First time you're able to get it. You can still earn this during the entirety of the post show. And once you've watched for enough time, you just have to claim it through the Twitch UI. So head to twitch.tv/drops. You have to make sure that you claim it there. But then once you do, it'll just be sitting for you in game. You just have to go to your collections and it'll be right there for you. So, welcome. Today,
welcome, everybody.
Yeah, today during the post show, we're going to be doing a live Q&A with our creative director, Rich Lambert, and our lead gameplay designer, Rob Garrett. We're very excited to have them here.
Heyo.
Hi, guys. It feels like just yesterday.
Yo, we good, chat. I changed the stream key to where you can bypass the violation, but I'm not sure how long it'll stay like this. But
so just
we'll.
a reminder that we are going to be focusing on the Deadlands and update 32. I said 32. I didn't say 23 this time.
Congrats, Tina.
Thank you.
Good job.
Well done.
Thank you. Numbers are hard. So we did pull all of the questions directly from the official ESO forums.
And that was across languages too. Our territory community managers
right,
helped
dude.
us
What
pull
a
some questions
buzzkill
from non-English speaking language territories as well.
Yes.
So I grabbed a bunch of questions.
Rob
We're going to
Garrett's
answer them today.
autofocus needs to be
We're
turned
not
off.
announcing anything big today, so we just want to put that out there initially. Keep expectations on check.
Hey, before we get started, I see some people asking in chat about the shirt that I'm wearing. Jess is actually wearing the same one. So
Yo, we got some rock tees up in here, chat.
So
Look,
jealous.
Cool, huh?
all the cool people wear the rock
So
tees,
this
not these
shirt
polos.
actually
Fuck
just
out of
went up
here.
for pre-order today.
You didn't miss anything, Zana.
I
I guess
show
this
you
is
all.
a bit of an announcement, huh?
This is a
Not
little
a
bit
game
of
one,
an
though.
announcement. So
A little bit.
if you head to the Bethesda Gear Store, you can pre-order this shirt now through the end of October. So it'll only be available to pre-order this month. But this is like the ultimate metal t-shirt, a nice mashup of ESO and Trivium. This is our Mayron's Dagon like metal shirt, and I love it. I think it's one of my favorite shirts that we've ever done.
It is a really cool design, yeah. The dogs like it too.
Hi, Beethoven. Or was that Cadwell? It was
No, that's Beethoven. We have the front door open, and of course, he sees anybody walk by and he starts barking.
Yeah, that's your first mistake, is leaving the door open. Come on, rookie mistake. All right, so should we dive in and get started with this Q&A? I think yes.
Yeah.
Q&A, uh-oh.
Yes.
So
Chat.
we had a variety of topics that were posted in the forums, going anywhere from the new armory, the armory system, or
Yeah,
some
Gina's
combat
got a nice
questions,
ass
some lore
background.
questions,
That's
the
nice.
zone. So we're going to kind of touch on a lot of different topics today. But first, wanted to start with a question about the armory. So if anybody missed it, this is coming new in Update 32.
Is that his mom in
coming
the
out
background
November.
cleaning? Rich Lambert?
And it allows you to essentially save and swap builds, which is pretty awesome. But we did have a lot of questions about
yeah, we
some
got
of the
shut down
things that
earlier.
is
No,
included in the
we back
system.
though. We back.
So the first question I wanted to ask, it was from Izangi, asking, will the armory system be available in Cyrodiil? Rob, do you want to tank that one?
Sure. We have certainly seen a number of people ask this question. So for the launch of the armory system in update 32, it will not be usable in Cyrodiil. The assistant will not work there. So our reasoning there was we wanted PvP and timed activities to be, we wanted to somewhat preserve integrity there. The intent of the system is make it easy to switch activities and roles, not necessarily.
Yeah, that's good, because if he was in
optimize
Cyrodiil,
your
like,
build
you can be
moment
like,
to
oh, I'm
moment
on my
within an
ganker build.
activity.
Oh, there's a group of
That being
people.
said,
Let me hit a button and go to my
are
bomber
having
build, right?
discussions about,
So I'm glad they don't
is
have
there
that
anywhere
option in
we can
Cyrodiil.
make that work? Is there a way we could do that where we would still be hitting our goals and not be, again, harming any of the integrity of the activity? So no promises at this time. It will not be in Cyrodiil for 32, but never say
Preserve
never.
integrity. That's a good
Now,
point.
a
What
follow-up
integrity?
to that we
Like, you
hear
have to
pretty
have it to
frequently
preserve it,
is,
right?
if we would consider letting players use the armory assistants during trials and dungeons.
So actually, you can use them in dungeons. I think there's been some confusion around that. Specifically, where we don't allow the armory to be used right now is timed activities. So that's timed and leaderboard activities where how quickly you get through the activity affects your score and potential rewards. So trials, arenas, that type of thing. But dungeons, you can absolutely pull the assistant out, and your party members can leverage the assistant as well.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you. Then another question from Izanagi. They wanted to know, will Dark Convergence continue to be allowed to pull players outside of structures with playsets on walls?
I love that shit, dude.
I mean, that's just a bug. We'll get it fixed.
Yeah, that's a bug.
Right? Yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
Okay,
get it fixed.
so no.
Yeah.
That's good to know
Actually,
because I've seen
Just
a
a
lot of people
bug,
asking that as well.
Then fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
the
fix
team's
Hrothgar.
working on that. That's certainly not intended. Also, going back to, I realized going back on the previous question there with the armory system, the intent there on not. We know that on PC there's add-ons that let you do some swapping of stuff when you're in a trial or whatever, but our concern is we try specifically not to be.
You saw how they laughed at
a
it, right?
pay-to-win type of game.
They
and
laughed.
we
They're like,
think
"Yeah,
that
it's working as
allowing
intended, but we
assistants
can't
to
tell
be
you that."
used in a leaderboard activity kind of crosses that line for us, right? Where we don't want you to be able to completely swap everything out. So again,
That's a good point.
those decisions are more.
Oh,
It's less
look at the
about
pussy in the
we don't
background.
want to give players fun things and all the convenience. It's more of a we want to make sure we're preserving the integrity of the game, especially when it comes to competitive play, because that's what leaderboards are, right? That's a form of competitive play.
Rob, your cat decided to.
I see chat going crazy about the cat.
To be agreeable.
That is
there
Malcolm.
It is. Aw, hi, Malcolm.
He's
Are we going to turn
It's
this
not
into
an
a
at-home
pet?
stream without a cat.
I know.
Yeah.
A pet post show.
Of course we will. Yeah, of course.
Mine followed doggy dad upstairs, so they'll be up there for a bit.
I don't know where mine went.
All right, let's see.
So
I think the next one is yours. Yeah.
I can grab the next one. I did see a couple people asking again about the pony. So if you did miss the explanation, you just have to make sure that your ESO and Twitch accounts are linked, and then watch. Drops for this started at 4 o'clock Eastern, so about a half an hour ago, but we'll have them on throughout this post show. So as long as you stick around and hang out with us for a little bit, you'll be able to earn that Nibbanese pony pet. This one. And once you do, you'll get a pop-up in Twitch chat that says that you've earned your drop. You just have to go to twitch.tv/drops and then press the claim button. I think you have like 24 hours to claim it, and then it'll just show up in game like magic. So make sure you stick around and get that really cool pet. And just in case anybody here is new, because we know we have a lot of new viewers right now, I think we're on Twitch front page.
Welcome everyone
really
to chat,
awesome.
fellas. Sorry for the stream ending
I just wanted
earlier.
to introduce Rich and Rob for a second. Rich is our creative director for ESO, so he kind of oversees a lot of the game design and decisions that go into the game.
Rob, I want to talk to Rob
that's your
personally.
Super high level of what Rich does, but he is a busy guy that handles a lot of things. And Rob, as our lead gameplay designer, oversees all the different gameplay teams. So
I want to talk to
combat,
Rob.
PvP, UI, systems. What am I missing? Is that all of them, Rob?
Some monetization design as well. Yeah.
Monetization design. So this is the guy that's charging you $50 for 15 crates.
About the armory.
This is the
system
guy.
Coming up in
Okay.
update 32, along with some itemization questions, combat questions. So Rob is the guy here. Going back into the questions that we pulled from the ESO forums, we have one from Nick Furzin. Doing the best we can here. He was asking, how's cold storage, NPC repathing, server upgrades, all those things coming along? Any other improvements that you're planning? And so for reference about the server upgrades that Nick mentioned, and somebody else actually asked a similar question. Earlier this year, when we had our Blackwood chapter announcement, I think in January, we talked about new servers and kind of what that means. But since then,
New server
hardware, not actually new servers. So I think that players are just kind of looking for an update on how all
they
that
need
is
to
going.
just completely gut the servers and start over.
Sure.
Like
so I
just
guess
like
the first one there,
close down the
cold
game for 2
storage,
months
we're
and then
actually
just
turning
redo
that
the servers.
on very
Like
soon.
Overwatch
Next
did.
week or two, we're doing a first run through on
Xbox EU.
EU
Yes.
first, and then as we're going to do a server at a time. It's easier on the team that way. It's easier to keep all of the things kind of contained. Xbox EU, says Ayla, as he just messaged me on Slack. Thanks, Ayla. I appreciate that. So yeah, we're going one at a time. We're taking it slow. We have to be really, really careful because this is database work. We don't want to lose anything. And so we're taking our time and doing it right. But that's being worked on right now.
And then what about the server hardware?
Oh.
I've heard some updates internally, but anything you can share with everybody else?
Yeah, so that one is going to take a lot longer. We're in the midst of a global pandemic. Really
stop the global pandemic bullshit. Stop.
The process is get all the hardware,
what a fucking
burn it in, test it,
stop
install it. It takes time to do that. It is in progress.
Doesn't take time. Just shut the game down for a month, 2 months.
So it's
let
not
everyone go
something
play
that's
New
going
World,
to be
hate the
completed
game,
this year.
and then when they
That's
come
what it
back to
sounds
ESO,
like.
it'll run good as new.
Yes.
Please
Rich,
stop.
going
The
back
fucking
to
global
sorry, Rob, go
pandemic.
ahead.
Fuck out of here.
I was gonna say, with that performance stuff also, it's the kind of thing where a lot of times with these things, as a player, you may not even immediately experience a thing when it happens, right? Like it's a attack from 1,000 different angles on it, right?
Right.
And so it should be that over time players would be generally getting better performance, but it's not like we flip some switch and suddenly everything is
listen,
perfect
guys.
now.
I would like a petition. Start a
And
petition.
when we were
Hey,
talking about cold
get
storage,
10,000
a few people in
signatures.
chat
Shut
are
the game
asking,
down for a
what does
month,
that
2
mean?
months. Do what
It's
you
not
have to
like
do, and then
temperature
reopen the
control.
game.
Right, and what's the user experience?
Make it like Final
What that
Fantasy, how they
basically
completely
means
gutted their
is
game,
we are going to
and then
separate the
reinvented
active
it from
from
there. Like
inactive accounts,
that's what needs to happen.
so that we can make it so that the active database is just full of active accounts. It makes the database smaller. It's easier to load. It's easier to parse. It's easier to save, and all that other stuff too. If you're in the inactive, the first time you log in, it will take you a minute or two, maybe up to 3 minutes to fully load that character, to transfer that character from cold storage to the active database. And then
I thought about starting one
a
couple days ago.
live database, and it'll be back to what you would expect.
Mm-hmm. Are we at a point yet where we can talk about what defines inactive? Like how long?
No one cares about this, chat.
No.
We're still figuring that out.
Like,
it will be a significant amount of time. Like it won't be 10 days. It'll probably be more on the likelihood of like 180 days kind of thing.
Okay. Cool. All right.
And again, that is a lot of that work
yeah,
has been kind of going on.
I'll
in
actually
the
draw
back end
one
a
up
little
today
bit.
and see what
we have a forum
see what headway
thread
we can make with it.
I forget in which category, but basically explaining, this is why maintenances have been a little bit longer recently. We're doing a lot of prep work for this. And like Rich said, the first server that's going to get this is Xbox EU in, I think, a couple weeks. We have the date in the forum thread. So once that rolls out, we'll have a better idea of the rest of the servers and when we plan on doing those. So we'll definitely let everybody know.
All right. Next question is from Fizzle101, another Armory question. Really looking forward to the Armory function as a console player. If the current technological challenges can be mitigated, is there a chance of seeing Mundus stones included in the character build?
I am also very excited about this because I also play on console, by the way. So that is my primary platform. So yeah, we've seen the questions about Mundus Stone for sure. It's actually something we talked about. We wanted to make sure that we could get this feature ready for update 32. We have been considering Mundus Stone, but it wouldn't have fit to get it in this update. It's certainly something we're considering going forward, but I can't promise.
Chat,
There's still some
how hard is it to change a
details
Mundus
we have
Stone?
to work out on that, and I can't promise.
There's no reason
if or
they couldn't
when it would
include
happen,
that.
but it is absolutely being discussed.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree with you, Sky Reaper. He obviously doesn't play a PvP
a few
on
people
console.
may have come in after we talked about this, so we did see some more questions about our T-shirts, our Mayron's Dagon T-shirts. So these are available
wasting
now
more time
in
selling their
the
merch,
Bethesda Gear
chat.
Store. You can
More time wasted.
them, woof woof,
Right.
throughout the month of October. No, that's okay. We're all still at home. It happens. It is on the Bethesda Gear Store. You can pre-order up until the end of October. So if you're interested, they do look like this, and they are really cool. So head on over to the store. You can pre-order there. Next question from Red Feather on the forums. If the roaming bosses in the new DLC are liked, might we get other roaming bosses in the future? They're so cool. They are really cool. These are something new that's in the Deadlands
The roaming
DLC
bosses are cool
in that area.
I like those.
So, Rich, what do you think?
I really dig them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I use it for my background on my build videos.
Holds, but I think
they're
really
really
cool.
Sounded like a heavy hint to me.
All right, so switching over
His beard is weird. He's got this
Deadlands
part shaved off,
content.
but he keeps
What's
the rest.
Oh, well, the name here.
That's strange.
Crow25519 asks, "What's the story behind the design of the new house in Fargrave?"
Yeah,
Osa
definitely,
Ascentium?
definitely. You won before him
It
easy,
looks
dude.
beautiful. Was the housing theme inspired from somewhere? I would love to know.
The biggest kind of source of inspiration was Fargrave itself. Like, Fargrave is super unknown. Even the inhabitants don't really know where it came from. I'm not going to spoil all the lore and the story because you can actually dig into it a little bit in the DLC. But really, the team was like, what would a house feel like in Fargrave? You know, there's these giant skeletons just kind of laying around out in the distance. What would it look like? What would it feel like to have a house there? And so that's really where their inspiration came from, is digging into that. And I think they knocked it out of the park. It's an amazing house.
Awesome. Can't wait for Buddy to be able to explore it.
Yeah, and for reference, some of these players are seeing the new houses and the new content on our test server. So Deadlands and Update 32 is on the PTS. If you're interested in checking it out, you can head over there. If you're
definitely a little bit of the PTS chat. It's not bad.
Check out a lot of this new content. It's really, really cool. But it will be launching in November for all platforms. So the next question from Hailgrim on the forums.
Say bye, Moomies.
The new DLC is going to add DLAA and DLSS support for the RTX 20 and 30 graphics cards. It's great the game is developing in this direction, but now, during the global microchip crisis, which, as an aside, oh my gosh, should see how hard my husband was working trying to get one of those cards. He finally
global
got one.
microchip crisis. Really? During a global pandemic?
The cards are very high, and judging from
Okay.
statistics, a small percentage of players actually have these cards. So, going to the question, does the studio have plans to add Fidelity FX super resolution technology to the game, which is supported by more video cards and like DLSS?
You don't need more graphics in this game. The graphics are already phenomenal. That's what she said.
That was a big
Gina.
question.
That was a long question.
That's what she said. You heard it here first.
Oh, man. So I don't know if I should actually say this or not.
Melkor getting Rolex off.
If you have to ask, you probably shouldn't say it, but say it anyway.
Yes, at some point we will. It's cool technology. Absolutely.
That's great.
Something, forgiveness, permission.
Yes.
To be honest with you, chat, if the game looked like Roblox, but it ran perfectly, I would prefer that over the state that it is now.
Who is Rich gonna have to ask forgiveness from? Maybe
There's
Matt.
only a few people.
Maybe,
yeah, you're right.
Maybe Matt is watching and he's like, "What?
Why you do this?"
I just got a message from Ayla. Steve is driving to your house right now.
Well, then we need to hurry before Steve gets there so we can finish up. You'll hear the dogs barking in about 10 minutes. There's Steve.
All right, we've got another Armory question. This one is from Cillian3117. If costumes can be linked to a build in the Armory system, will we be able to link different mounts to the build too?
Different mounts. Okay, that's a little too. That's asking too much. Come on.
Primarily, again,
it's not used for mounts.
So I mean, this is kind of a gray area question, right? Because primarily the purpose again of the system is you switch activities and roles.
It's quality of life, like not
we
not
do
not,
have
not weeboo
outfits
stuff.
on
No
there
offense, chat.
that is correctly pointed out.
No roleplay here.
That is a little bit more explicitly, even though it is cosmetic, people do tend to tie that more explicitly into their build so that they look cool when they're performing these actions.
Say it, Rob.
But
no ERP.
Currently, no, we don't have mounts tied to that. And the mount is also a single option, right? Like it's a little different than configuring a whole set of gear or something like that, right? So it's a single
well,
collectible. That
California, I mean
so
that's true. I
no
mean there
plans
has to be a
right now,
balance,
and
but
definitely with
I mean if I had to
32,
choose one
mounts
or
will
the
not be
other, I'd
part
rather
of
the game run smoothly than look nice. If
Okay.
if you had to choose the
All right, we're
extremes
gonna
of one
move
of each.
into a couple lore-related questions for Deadlands.
Lore related, night.
So the first
This
one
is where
is
we take it to use
from
these,
the
chat.
Saints, one of our German players, asking, "How did
Mhm.
you come up with Fargrave? I couldn't Google if it's new or existed before. So did you have to bend the lore for like a peaceful, friendly
I
daydream?"
think Fargrave's kind of from Morrowind, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
question.
it's
Right?
definitely something that we just made up. You know, one of the
I'm pretty. There's
interesting
a few
things
places in
about
Morrowind that looks very
the Elder
similar and
Scrolls
like green and
lore and
ominous. I
kind
don't
of
know
this
about all that.
various different realms of of Nirn and Oblivion is there's kind of little bits and pieces of realms that kind of fit in between. And so what we were looking for when we came up with Fargrave is how do we get kind of like a friendly, and I'm saying in quotes friendly because Daedra really aren't super friendly, but a friendly city that players could go to that made sense. Like it doesn't make sense to have a friendly city in the Deadlands, right? Like this is
Crossplay would be
Mehrunes Dagon's
phenomenal,
realm.
Jugs. I think crossplay would
Spoilers,
fix a
there
lot
may
of
be
shit.
one as you start to explore a little
Or
bit.
break it
it's a small
entirely.
one.
I don't know.
It didn't make a lot of sense to have like a giant open free city that Mehrunes Dagon liked. So we tried to figure out what that meant. And sorry for my dogs drinking in the background. Are you done?
Slurping away.
Slurping away. So yeah,
I do think they should just do an overhaul. Take like 50 cents out of the game.
That players could go to and kind of use as their base of operations, and that was what.
Or not take them out, but no, you really can't take them out. It's too much. Lord, never mind.
Thank you.
Forget what I said.
We have another one from Gaius Marius. I bet they're an Imperial. What is the
It's funny,
difference
California.
between an Oblivion gate and an Oblivion portal? As it seems to me, they're the same thing, just with a different door, so to speak, and both are used during the same time period.
Gates
For
and portals are
example,
completely
Oblivion
different.
Gates in Valenwood during the City of Ash dungeon,
A
and in Blackwood with
a
the
portal
Rockwood
is
Child.
within an instance. A gate
Like
is
the
going to a whole
best
nother
way
realm.
to think of it is the portals are kind of like the final version of his technology.
I don't know about this,
So
chat.
that's what the gate is, right? Like he can move his armies freely.
The gate goes in between
through back
dimensions.
and forth
Portal
kind of
is like
thing. And
within.
the portals are still kind of that initial kind of nascent technology. So he
No,
hasn't quite figured out all the things, all the kinks
It was
yet. And so
The beta version.
It's like the internet and the
yeah,
intranet.
the beta, the alpha, whatever you want to call it.
The
It's
internet is like the Oblivion gates,
years version,
and the portals is the
and he's refined his
intranet.
technology after our time period.
Very cool. Even the Daedric princes did prototypes.
Yeah, they play
Alright,
the
next
game, but
question
it's
is
mostly
from our friend
PvE, WG,
Rykoth,
like 99%
asking,
PvE.
Question about the armory. He says, while swapping between builds is free, does one still have to spend the coin to respec and make the builds first to save them, or is there a way to make the build in the armory?
It should be
system
free. It shouldn't
itself?
cost you shit.
Lots of armory questions.
There
I
are,
love
yes.
it.
Because that's all we have to talk about. We
So-
don't know nothing but the armory. We know you're not
so
going to fix the
when you
servers.
set up a build,
You're not going to fix
initially
performance, so
setting
all
up
we have
a
to talk
build
about is some fucking new shit you
is
throw in front of
unchanged
us.
from how it is on live right now. You pay your respec cost, all those things. The key to this system is that once you have saved the build, then loading that build allows you to bypass all those costs. So yes, initially setting up a build, you might have to pay, depending on your current state and what you're changing, you might have to pay some respec costs. But once you have it saved and then you load it, it's free at that point.
Nice.
That
Thank
makes
you.
sense.
That does make sense.
Seems like it's a really good value, especially over time. Awesome.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so
No
next
more
one
armory
is from
questions.
Tia Fry.
please.
Is it possible that the city of Fargrave, being a hub in between realms, will somehow host portals to other planes of Oblivion in ESO's future, aside from already existing
If
portals
you guys play
to
Oblivion, the
other
answer to this
parts
is
of
yes.
this year-long story?
100%.
That's a really, really, really good question
Answer is yes,
that
chat.
I'm totally not going to answer.
Yeah, so what-
really good.
They're going to kind of go back to the way
He got
Oblivion was
smacked
back
for the
on
last
360.
question he
Yeah.
wasn't supposed to answer.
But yeah, they
I like it. I like where your
nothing about
mind is at,
PvP
for
yet,
sure.
Andy. Same shit, different day.
Alright,
Servers
so,
are shit. It's going to take a while to fix it.
Let's see, where are we? Boy, I totally lost my spot. Here we go. Okay, so moving into a couple combat questions.
Combat question.
Rob?
Uh-oh.
So Tommy the Gun is asking if we're
Cheers,
going
Andy.
to see further hybridization changes in the future. What are your plans and vision for the game in that regard? Will spell damage and weapon damage at some point just become a unified damage stat?
I 100%. It needs to be one thing now.
Wow, yeah.
So-
It doesn't need to be weapon and spell damage.
Yeah,
It
and
needs to just be one.
hybridization is something that we
Just
talked a
damage.
lot about
No.
in our Update 32 combat preview. We got into a lot about that topic in there. If you all haven't seen it yet, you can check it out on the forums. It is stickied at the top of the combat section, just for reference. So, Rob, do you want to kind of get into kind of this direction
Oh,
of
look at his
hybrid
face.
and
He's like, oh god.
playing as you
Yeah.
want and all of that?
I mean, anyone who's spent time with the game knows that while when you're leveling up, distributing
Here
your
comes
points
chat.
and gear, especially when you're doing overland content, you can get away with pretty much anything. But as soon as you get into more veteran content and PvP, the game very much encourages you to push one direction or the other, especially if you're DPS or healing. It's basically you're all stamina or you're all magicka. And that also means that there's a number of abilities and morphs and those types of things that
Morphs need to be
almost
redone,
become
chat. Morphs need to be completely done.
unusable
Like,
to you.
completely overhauled.
And so this is
The
something we've
morphs-
been
there's not
wrestling
enough
with for
variety.
a while, for sure.
Like,
Trying to
at
figure
all.
out how do we open up more possibilities for builds. So we've
Just
considered
redo the morphs.
a number
That's how
of
you,
approaches
you
to
fix
do
it.
this.
Change morphs. Don't worry about the
same time,
sets.
We're
It's
also
the
trying to make
morphs.
sure we don't break anything while we're doing this, right? Like some
Mhm.
options we could go pretty.
They don't want to break
heavy-handed and it could
anything,
be
but they
pretty
put in
risky.
DC and Hrothgar.
ESO is a
Shut
game
up.
that's 7 years plus. There's a lot
Shut
of
up.
stuff that's built on top of the existing system. So we've been trying to figure out ways that can still be very effective, but also less risky to the overall system. So this was one of our bigger ones. This update with
That's a good
the
question, Kaz.
weapon and spell damage being hybridized on the
2 minutes later,
item
he's
sets
answering
and
the
such.
question, chat.
But ultimately,
But
yeah,
not really.
The goal is still it's part of the play the way you want thing, right? Like we want to make sure we're maintaining good game health, but we want to try to open up more build opportunities. Wouldn't it be cool if you could effectively be taking more stamina and magicka abilities on your build?
How
and
about a
also opening
crafting
up more
system
item
to where
set
you can pick your
combinations
own
and those types
perks?
of things. So
You can make your
something
own
we're still
2, 3,
continuing to
4
work
stat
on,
bonuses in your own 5-piece.
and
You can
super
make your
interested
own,
to
but
see
just
what
keep it
players do
balanced.
with this update. I know there was kind of like a shock
about that,
at
chat?
first when
An
players
armor
saw
set
the patch
that
notes or the combat preview.
Has 0 stats,
Definitely
and you
encourage
just
you to
plug
play
and
around
chug
with
what
it.
stats you
Yeah.
want for your build.
Uh,
Literally
I-
make it yourself.
That being said,
Give it a
my
name, do
understanding
whatever.
is a lot of the feedback right now is as people are actually digging in and playing with it, the lights are kind of turning on, the gears are turning up. Oh, wait a minute, there's some interesting things I can do now. So
Yeah, just literally craft your own
definitely
armor from
encourage
scratch.
people to play around with it on PTS,
Like, literally,
or,
the perks, everything
when
on it.
The update launches at the beginning of November.
Well, I mean,
and
you wouldn't
yeah, let us know
overtune
what
it.
you
I mean,
think,
you would have
and
to have
we'll
it would be
continuing to
finite
explore
amount of things you could do,
possibilities
but
in this space, but I'm
yeah,
not
from
gonna
a list
talk
of
about any
options,
future
exactly.
changes at this time.
I think that would fix everyone's build whatsoever.
Thank you.
Tease.
Oh,
mean,
before
just
we
a
move
thought,
on to the
I
next
mean-
question, I did want to mention something. I forgot to mention it at the beginning of the stream, but we did have a tweet about it. We have a really cool giveaway that we're going to be doing a little bit later. Here, I can show you what it looks like. So
That's
we
right.
have
Yo, her
a
nose is bigger than mine,
signed-
chat. Did you see
a
that?
signed CD from Trivium.
Holy shit.
And maybe, oh, the glare is horrible. I'm sorry. Oh, now you're looking at my desktop. But anyway, here, I'll zoom it out a little bit. So
Yo, someone clip this.
this is signed
we gotta see
from
the porn
band
tabs open.
Trivium, and you saw the their newest music video earlier. did the Bard song cover, which was amazing. So we will be giving this away a little bit later during our post shows. So if you want to try and win, stick around. We'll do one of those, like, I don't know, a keyword or something. So you'll have a chance to win. But, oh, it's not, look, it's not even sealed because they signed the inside. So, look,
Oh, that's cool.
I am touching the same area where Matt Heafy signed.
Don't touch it, you fucking freak! Stop it, COVID.
And now it's
Anthrax.
Anthrax.
We have to do, Gina. We have
The
to
global
get him
pandemic,
on
what
a
you
stream
doing?
sometime.
Yes.
Funny you
Right?
say
Yeah,
that.
right?
He
Yeah.
does. And I'm not going to say anything else because we just love teasing things. But that is a great idea, Rich.
Oh man.
Sorry.
But he
Can I
is
get
a
invited?
player, and he plays the game, and he played before we ever started this collaboration.
I'm not
It's really
sure.
cool.
I
He
know
has a
Jess
Twitch
is
channel,
Gina's
too. I
boss,
think he was
right?
live earlier. I don't know if he
So
still
I'm
is,
not for
but
sure.
Yeah, Matt Heafy, not our Matt Fire. Sorry. Did I make it
I wanna
weird
know.
saying that I was touching
You
the
did. You
inside?
totally
I'm
made it
sorry.
weird.
I'm sorry. I just get so excited. Yeah, he was streaming earlier, and a lot of times he'll stream himself like playing music,
Rich,
reading music. It's
hit the
really,
mute
really
button.
cool.
I know you
So
have it.
If you're a Trivium fan, definitely go check out his channel. But after our
She's
post
about
show,
to say he's in the other room.
because you want to try and win that CD. Okay, just wanted to mention because I know we put out a tweet, a couple hours ago mentioning that. Jess, do you want to take the next question?
We actually have one from the Saint here. I
Not
think.
another lore
Well,
question.
Did we cover
We
that one?
talked about that. It reminds me of what was it? In was it Zoolander where he's like, "But why male models?" And he's like, "I just explained it." I just went over that.
All right,
All right.
I guess we covered that one. All right. So this is from Gaius Marius. What's with the Oblivion portals spawning in the Deadlands? Is it a clown feud with
More
Aldea,
lore,
or
chat.
is it
Fuck.
Dagon invading himself? Oh, that sounds. Okay. Nope. To keep his Dremora in perfect fighting condition.
It is definitely the latter. It is. It is definitely just keeping his followers on their toes. He's all about destruction.
No, they
and
100%.
battle
There'll be
and all
one
that
more
other stuff.
PvP
And so
question.
he's
That'll be
trying
it.
to make
Surprise
sure
invasion.
everybody is on
I
their
call
toes.
one more. That's it. The rest of the questions will be
Chat,
losing
about
his
art
stop
and
it.
lore and selling shit.
Gosh.
I mean,
This
the
is a
lore is pretty good. I mean,
family-friendly post show,
I am a big
okay?
fan of the lore like Oblivion stuff, but
We
in
haven't
ESO I
even
could care less.
uttered
But
a curse word yet.
I can see the appeal of some of the lore, but
Yeah, give it time.
Yeah,
it's
we
not
still
something
have
you
time,
should
don't
lose
worry.
like design hours over.
All right,
I mean, who
question
cares?
from Aaron Rajput B16 _ ESO.
How do I submit these
How will
questions?
hirelings work with the armory system? For example,
Hirelings,
if one armory slot has hirelings and the other one doesn't, do you have to make the hireling slot active to get the loot?
Can you say that name again, Gina? That's important.
Arun Rajput
Butcher it again, Gina.
16 ESO.
So hirelings are based off of passive skills in your crafting lines. So and we talked about this in the previous stream, but the interface for the armory, it shows you a bunch of things that it changes, but it doesn't show you everything that it's saving and loading. For example, your quick slots, right? But also, while your hotbars change out, it's also swapping out all of your skill points. So if it's super important to you to get those hirelings and have those males show up, you should make sure that your skill points for the hirelings are invested on your current.
I still don't even have a
setup, like your
hireling
current
chat. I
build
don't know what
that
they're
you're
talking
wearing.
about. There's hirelings.
But it will save those skill points. So if you
Oh, wait, I was
swap
thinking
to
companion,
a build where
never
you have
mind.
the hirelings,
Fuck,
you
never
will
mind.
have the hirelings.
Yeah, welcome to the stream, fellas. Thank you for
Thank you.
joining. We're having a great time
Yes,
picking
that's-
apart these
thank you, Rob.
streams. It's fun.
All right, next one is from Sunny Today. Since there are so many quality of life improvements in this update, especially when it comes to RNG drop rates, does
RNG
this
drop rates
also
is really
improve
good.
Antiquity lead drop chances?
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
That is a Good
Okay,
question.
so I cut her off. So
But no,
the
it
smart loot
doesn't.
system, he wants
The
to know
curated
whether
item
it
set RNG
applies
only
to
affects
antiquities.
things that are in the item set collections or your sticker book. We may or may not do more in the future, but right now it's just for the sticker book stuff. There's a lot of item sets to go through, so.
Yeah, that is true. We do have a lot. All right, we have one that is similar but different from ESO Nightingale. So following the changes to Elemental Succession Set, and given the reasons for the change explained in the logs, do you have future ideas to make the oh my goodness, I always get tongue-tied.
I think the special surprise is that the shit's free.
Birthright and Netch's touch set.
Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's just the icing on the cake. I don't know.
Powerful and plentiful supporting skills, especially for Igormore's Birthright. The biggest underlying problem with the set is the severe lack of viable damage options to go with it.
That is an incredibly detailed question.
We have a lot of those, yeah.
How do I submit questions? Is there a way, chat? I doubt it.
I mentioned this earlier. I'm not going to be talking about future combat balance changes. That would be speculating right now. A lot of our changes are based on
Rob is not going to
that we get from players, but also
talk about any PvP related issues. He says it.
Data, right?
At least he's not sugarcoating it.
How things are being used, whether they're effective.
So we just won't collect data until PvP dies, all right?
Okay.
Rob,
I'm not biting my nails. I'm biting the skin around my nails.
It is.
Yeah. But yeah, I do need to stop doing that.
You're allowed to do that only once during this Q&A.
What?
Uh-oh.
Only once, huh?
We are kind of nearing the end of the Q&A. We are still going to do the giveaway of the CD over here. I'm keeping it safe, so don't worry. Twitch drops are still on. If you haven't gotten your pony pet yet, you can still earn it for the entire time we're online. So if you need a little bit more time, don't worry. We'll still be live for a little bit. For the next question from Acadian Paladin, any plans to incorporate armory-like features for companions? I don't need my characters to change their gear and skills, but I sure would like to be able to easily or quickly turn Miri from a ranged DPS to a tank, assuming they have the appropriate gear and trained up and all of that.
I can understand that perspective. I can tell you it will not work that way in 32, and we don't really have active plans right now to integrate.
Yeah, they're imposter. I agree with you, dude.
Armory,
but yeah, PvP's been pretty good since New World's been out. Yeah, it really has.
Game dev is never say never.
That's for sure.
That is true.
So instead of pleading the fifth, Rob is going to.
Well, Donnie, I mean, I say you should just craft a set from scratch. Like, you can literally make your own. Like, choose your own perks, choose your own 5-piece.
Are we dating ourselves by saying we're giving away a CD?
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Like, everyone knows what a CD is, right? I see some people like, what do you do with that?
Like, don't go there. Are you kidding me? Really?
I mean, you can't sign a digital song, so it's going to be the CD. And it's still really cool, okay?
Some of the consoles that you get now, you can't even put the disc in.
Hey, I remember back in my day when we had cassettes, and that's how you would record songs, is listen on the radio and wait for the song and then press the button real quick.
Mix your
mixtape. We're so good. Oh.
I can date myself. When I was growing up, we had an 8-track player in my house.
Ooh, Rob is an old man.
Yeah, Rob seems very full of himself, chat. Not gonna lie.
Those were around for
100% fuck himself.
That as well.
We did too, yeah.
100%.
There and gone.
I still have a Star Wars.
I picture him as a furry.
Oh wow.
As like a horse.
I don't have a player for it. I just have the disc.
Oh. All right. We've got 2 more questions.
Yes.
So the next one is from Sparta XOXO. They ask, what kind of player behavior led you to add the joining encounter functionality to old existing dungeons? And are there any other concerns you wish to address with the activity finder in the future? Will dungeons that have unskippable dialogue that you need to progress the quest now auto-complete that quest stage when pulled into the encounter? Couple questions,
Well,
I guess.
So there's a few things in that question.
Yeah.
I think I'll hit the first one, which is the why joining encounter. Sorry, let the herd run through. The biggest reason that we did that is it just sucks when you go into a dungeon and the group accidentally pulls on purpose the boss and you're locked out of that event, you know. You go into any number of dungeons, and I'm totally spacing right now, but Engine Guardian Dungeon, it's the two. I can't remember what it's the
Dark
dungeon
Shade
is.
Caverns, you fool. Oh my god.
You go in there, there's a tiny little spot where you have to go into or across the door threshold and you can aggro the boss. And I've been in many random vets where it's the tank and me as the healer and everybody else is stuck outside. Like, that just sucks. So
just
that's why
die.
we did it.
Like,
we
what?
didn't get all of them in this pass because we didn't have time to do all of them, but we figured getting some done was better than getting none done. And we'll continue to kind of work on those as we go. Sorry, Dark Shade 2. That's what I was looking for. Man, brain fart, big time.
It happens.
In terms of, you know, unskippable dialogue or extra long theater scenes, things like that, you know, one of the pings I get all the time, you know, when I'm running dungeons and whatnot is, when are you gonna fix Dragonstar Arena so that it doesn't take 45 minutes to speed run through the dungeon because you have to wait so long for all the dialogue, yada yada yada.
That's very true.
You know, that is a harder problem. We have learned a lot since we built that dungeon. Our technology has changed. We've gotten smarter. Going back, we would have to basically go back and rescript that entire thing to do it and to get it up to standards. I don't know that's worth the effort. Like, it works now. It's not
That's
perfect.
a good question,
but
Donnie.
that would probably take a single designer 3 months to go back and rescript all of it and test it and get it all done. Like, it's a huge undertaking to do that work. And it works. I would rather build new things because players seem to like new things a lot more than going back and doing some of the older content that we did. Not to say we won't ever get there, but right now it's just not super high.
I don't really use arena weapons because I'm too lazy to farm them.
Fair enough.
I mean, that's
last question.
That's pretty much
have
why.
A little bit of fun with this one. From Ali Ivana. What is the name?
Yo, thanks,
of
boss
Mayron's
music. Yeah.
Dagon's axe?
Yeah, I saw you
Is
out in
it an
open world. It was
artifact
pretty
he gives
fun.
out, like
Like,
Molag
it
Bal
was a
does
good
with
time.
his own mace?
More lore questions, chat.
Good question.
Well, so Mayron's has his razor, so that is
It's a
his
dagger.
thing that he gives out.
His little
To
dagger,
my
okay.
knowledge, nobody has earned enough favor with him to be entrusted with his axe, so I don't think he's ever given it out, and therefore it probably doesn't have a name right now.
Call it
Naming
Hoarcrux.
contest in the future.
Naming contest. Yes.
Naming
I dig
contest.
it.
Hashtag
Like
Hoarcrux. Call it Hoarcrux.
Bodie McBoatface or Slashy McSlash-a-lot or something
Well,
crazy like that.
That's why we have final say, right? All right, so we are going to do a little bit of wrap up, but while we do, I want to make sure that we have enough time for.
Horax.
Oh, no.
Was that someone's stomach? Rich,
I
are you
mean,
hungry?
don't want to throw my name out there, but I think that'd be
Really
pretty
building up a
cool.
bark to the front door.
It's Steve at the door. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Name
so
contest or Hoarcruxing, like you're cutting, you know,
Told you.
Oh, man, some of these messages
Hoarcruxing,
I'm getting.
Hoarcrux. I don't know.
Axie McAxewood.
There you go.
Come on. Oh my
I mean-
I
gosh.
don't know how to feel about that. All right, so in order to try and win the signed Trivium CD, we're making it nice and
Yeah,
simple.
let's see
Just
some
type
name suggestions
Trivium
for
in
the
chat,
thing in
and you'll
chat.
be entered into the giveaway to try and win. We are giving away.
Ooh, can I enter too?
You can, but if I draw your name, I'm just gonna redraw.
Well, I'm totally entering. Oh, look, Moobot even said I've entered.
So we, Rich. So all lowercase, nice and easy. Type in Trivium in chat if you want to try and win this amazing signed CD.
We got this,
I'm
chat.
really
Hold on.
jealous of whoever wins. I almost.
Oh God. Oh no, I'm not verified, chat. Apparently,
Here.
we're not verified, chat.
Oh my God! Somebody
I
said
I
they
should have
thought
probably
I said
logged in.
Mayron's Dagon's abs. No, axe.
Oh,
His
Apparently,
I
axe.
want those too.
Gosh.
Did those need
We're
a
not
name
verified,
too?
chat.
Giveaway.
Oh well.
Thirsty. Goodness Goodness gracious.
For the day gone.
That's how much I don't use Twitch.
All
Okay.
right, so
Meat show
we're
clear.
going to just do a brief recap of everything that we announced during the event that started at 4 o'clock about an hour ago. So just to get started here, the first really exciting announcement we had is
All right, we can
Spanish
listen to them.
translations are coming next year to ESO. So we are going to have more information on this
Well,
soon.
can't show
Stay
that
tuned
on
to the website.
that
We'll
on
definitely put
stream.
it there as soon as we have more info. And Deadlands, which is our next DLC, is launching.
Iron
PC
Axe.
Mac,
Keep it simple.
Stadia, and Steam on November 1st. And then for Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5,
You know what? If you
and
guys want to text
PlayStation
them, there's
4,
only
November
46 of you
16th.
guys. You know what? That's perfectly
forget.
fine.
You can get it for free if we hit 100% during the Bounties of
Okay,
Blackwood event.
So I don't really know my password.
is
We're just gonna
Bounties
go
of
with that,
Blackwood?
chat. I'm hoping that's right.
What is Bounties of Blackwood? So that's an event that's happening right
So
now
let's,
in game. It goes until October 12th.
Oh man, someone send it to my
You do
email.
need
What
to
the
own
fuck?
the
All right,
Blackwood
we tried, chat.
chapter to participate. You can get a lot of really cool stuff by participating. And when
What was
you
the best topic
fill
they
the
talked
meter
about?
all the way to full, which you can do by going into the game and getting the
They really
Blackwood
didn't talk anything about
Pathfinder
lore. They said your
achievement,
shit out of luck with
which
PvP
is
and
pretty easy.
mostly
You just go
armory
around
questions
in the zone and go to different
about quality
locales
of
and
life with
unlock
that.
it.
That's pretty much
And
it.
that adds to the meter, which we have up on the website on the Bounties of Blackwood page. When the meter fills, you get different rewards at certain milestones. So everybody just unlocked the Pellucid Swamp Jelly Pet already.
Woohoo!
Because we
Wow.
do count anybody who got the Blackwood Pathfinder achievement before the event started as well. So the next one is the Shadows of Blackwood markings, which is unlocked when the meter hits 66%. And then at 100%, everybody gets a cascading bounty box, which has a bunch of really cool stuff in it, such as undaunted plunder, rare materials, and attunable crafting stations, and a unique Ogrim target dummy.
That's what you can see here.
We announced, yep.
Yeah, we are
And
all
we
about the
announced
Ogrim target
today
dummy.
you also get
That's what we
the
care about
Blackwood
is the dummy.
I'm sorry, the Deadlands DLC for free when it launches, and that's
Right.
all Blackwood chapter owners. So if you don't currently have Blackwood, it is on sale right now.
They're
so
just
now's a really
talking
good
right now,
time to
chat.
pick it up,
So we're not
and
missing
then you
anything.
can
I assure
take
you.
advantage of all of these rewards. These rewards are actually going to be available in the Crown Store for free once the event ends or the meter hits 100%. So keep an eye out on our official channels for that.
Yay,
info.
we did it,
What was that,
chat.
Gina?
I was going to say, wouldn't it be unfortunate if we only got to 99%? Ooh, sorry.
Followers
So
only,
close.
chat. What a fucking joke.
I think
It
we
won't
can do it.
happen.
I think we can do
I
it.
have faith.
Yes.
I have faith. Everybody can do it.
How many times do people put in
So we
trivia?
also
Good lord.
I'm a troll.
I'm a
Gotta
simp,
get my
chat.
fun,
I'm a
right?
simp.
So the
Made me
Deadlands
follow
Prologue
them
quest
just
is
to chat.
also
What a
available
fucking
to play
joke.
now. You can pick up that quest starter from the Crown Store. It is free, so everyone can kind of get a little taste of some Deadlands.
Yeah, I just
content.
visit people's houses for the target dummy, to be
Finally,
honest.
remember this amazing guitar that we showed off? It was during
Oh, cool.
oh gosh.
If anyone
I'm
gets this
blanking.
guitar, oh my
yes,
god.
thank you. So we showed
This thing would be
this
so
off
cool.
during QuakeCon. You
It
have
would
a
be
chance
it would
to
be in
win
my
this. It's a
background the
real guitar.
entire time, like always.
Like, we know this is like a digital render here, but you can win an actual double neck guitar that we are creating. So be sure and enter. We have links on our website. It's been on social. We actually have a short
There's your
little
weapon named
video
Horbone.
kind of
Oh
behind
god,
the
dude,
scenes
that's
of this guitar
semi-sexual. I like it.
of the guitar being created that we wanted to show you real quick. It's really cool.
Horbone. I'm afraid to listen to any more music. I'm gonna shut the stream down again.
Are the beginnings of a guitar project that we're about to
Alright, let's go.
start
I like this guy already.
The game developer Bethesda has commissioned us to build just an absolute monster of a double neck metal guitar.
I'm afraid to listen to music, chat. If the stream shuts down, I will restart it back up, so just be ready for that.
This thing is going to be awesome.
I mean, I wasn't kidding. That's amazing, right?
So cool.
So
Yeah.
cool.
Looks so
Really
good.
cool.
I love that shop. I want that. I want that when I grow up.
So
Yeah.
I saw some people asking who is creating that. It is Calderwood Percussion. So they make some custom pieces that are just out of this world. So we're really lucky to be able to work with them to create that guitar that you can win. All you have to do is enter into the sweepstakes.
Yes. I can't wait to see that when it's done and all painted.
Yes.
So we also wanted to remind everyone that all of our territory teams across the globe are going to be doing post shows of their own as well from October 2nd to October 5th. They will also have drops. You will also have a chance to get the Nibbanese pony from those streams. If you are watching this VOD later, make sure you tune into those for a chance as well. The full list with times and dates, you can find that on the ESO website. But a few of them are Australia, the UK, Germany, France, Poland, Italy, the Netherlands, Turkey, and the Middle East. It's a lot.
Yes, they're going to be very busy over the next few days. So be sure and check out some of those post shows if you're in those areas and you want to check out something in your language.
Mhm.
All right. Do you all
I
want to know
agree,
who
boss.
won the Sign
Yes,
Trivium
let's do it.
CD? I
Yes.
did turn off.
Let's
Pull
do
my name,
it.
Gina.
Hoarcrux
I
won.
did
Come
turn
on,
it
Hoarcrux,
off, and I
name.
pulled a name. It is not /Lurk, and it is not the Bethesda
rigged.
account. I'm sorry.
Rigged.
I'm so
It's
sorry.
Hoarcrux.
The winner of this signed Trivium CD is the Gamer Seal. So I see
Nice.
you have been trying to win things in our streams recently. I could see your history. Thank you for joining us in our streams. Just so
Wow.
excited.
The guy who won the
Congratulations.
contest at the
Congrats.
beginning or whatever.
I'm
The-
jealous. So jealous.
I have people from the studio messaging. That was rigged. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, if everyone is really good, maybe we have another one that we'll give away at some point
I'm not sure what
in
the-
the future.
what it is,
Ooh.
Dakota.
And by
Ooh.
maybe, I mean we do. 2.
Awesome.
So we will give another one away at some point, TBD. But you'll have another chance. But congratulations to the Gamer Seal for winning the signed CD. We'll get in touch with you very soon. And that just about wraps up our
Wow,
post show.
chat.
So of
Mhm.
course we want to give a huge thank you to Trivium.
Trivium
for
was fucking dope.
sending us not just the CDs,
No
but
changes
for
in
being great
PvP.
partners recently.
Rob refused
They
to
had that
comment on it.
Bard
He
song
even
cover,
said that
which
he
was
wasn't going
amazing.
to.
We got
Bunch
to
of lore
debut
dumb
the
questions,
brand
and
new
that was the
single
majority
and
of
their
the
music video
stream.
earlier. So if you want to watch that again, if
Did I
maybe you
sum it
missed
up,
or
chat?
you just love it, that you just want to keep on watching it. I know I watched it a bunch of times already. You can
Yeah,
head to
for
their
sure.
YouTube page, to Trivium's YouTube page, and it is already uploaded there where you can check it out.
They've been so awesome.
Not gonna
being
speculate,
supportive
yeah,
on
like
social channels too.
who's gonna
Twitch, and
speculate,
they're just
Rob?
Really, really awesome.
Yes.
Thank you all.
And again, if you're
What-
interested in this T-shirt that we have on, this is available
Yes,
for pre-order.
Don't
in
forget the
Bethesda
merch,
Gear
fellas.
Store.
Before
It's
you
really
go,
cool.
don't
Lauren's
forget the
big
merch.
on ESO Trivium crossover T-shirt that I am just loving.
That's a cool T-shirt though.
It's
Not
my
gonna
new
lie.
favorite shirt.
They don't have any
and of
ideas.
course,
I
Richie
I
Rob,
really don't think
thank
they
you
care about
for
it because
taking
they're
the
not gonna make
time
money
to
from
joining
it.
us again on our live stream.
Yes, thank you.
Well, chat.
This was fun. Thank you for having
Always
us.
a pleasure.
Yeah,
I might
and
put out a video today,
anytime you
kind of
want.
summing up
Thank
what was all
you.
going on.
And
But
of course, everybody who
I think
kind of
you
made
get
this
it.
event possible, like Chess was saying earlier, it takes a small village to put
Yeah,
these
I'll
events
probably put
together.
a
So
a
we
video
wanna
kind
thank
of
our events
summarizing what the
team,
stream was
our
about.
marketing team,
Probably give me
PR,
like a couple hours to
everybody
throw it
Sales.
together, 2 or
sales,
3
of
hours.
course, yes, and then our own community
Licensing.
team.
Yeah,
the
like,
dev
how can
team,
you just
like, there was
completely
a lot of people that
Not
came
comment.
together and created all of
He even
this
says
for
he's not
everybody
gonna comment
today.
on it.
So
Yeah.
Including Gina and Jess.
Oh.
Thank you
Absolutely.
for
Oh,
all of
thank
your
you.
efforts.
thank you.
Yeah, these types of events really do take months to plan.
Yes.
So we hope you all enjoyed it.
This
Thank you
this
so much
took months to
everybody
plan. Are
involved.
you
Yes,
kidding
and
me?
thank you to everybody who tuned in to watch
Oh,
today. We had
God,
a
well,
lot
there it is,
of
chat.
new
It's been
viewers
fun.
come in. We had a lot of returning players from our
Yeah,
community.
go to
so
work,
thank you for
Splaza. Go
hanging
make
out
some
with us
money.
today.
Bring home that bacon.
And of course, the Calderwood Percussion, who is creating that amazing double neck guitar that you can try and win too. Oh, I feel like we're at like an award show, just thanking everybody. But
We kind of are. It's the year-end wrap-up, right?
it
Like,
is.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
we
will
will.
have more streams later
Yes.
in the year.
We do have
Yeah,
another
yeah.
stream planned
What's-
in a couple weeks.
Yep. Yep. So this isn't the last one. We'll
Yes.
have some more fun stuff lined up.
Indeed. Well, thank you again to everybody for joining.
mean-
we hope you enjoyed yourself
I
today.
mean, it's
and
cool.
we will
They can
see
just
you
say
next
that
time.
instead of saying, "Hey, we're not
Have
gonna
a great weekend.
worry about
Bye.
it," you know.
Bye, everyone.
Anyway, there it is, fellas. I'll put together a summary video out today. So thank you all for joining. I'll also be streaming sometime this weekend. So yeah, just be around for that. It was fun. It was real. It was real fun. Y'all have a great rest of your day and start to your weekend. Peace, fellas. Take care.